So a coach said to me one time, Laura, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. And when she said that to me, it was like she had the key that unlocked everything. Because I feel like from my own experience, when I think about the execution, I was afraid to move forward. I was afraid to execute because what if it wasn't good enough? What if I failed? What if it made me anxious? What if it was harder than I thought it was going to be? It was all the what ifs because I was focused on perfection. When I could shift my mindset to the execution is trying. The execution is getting up in the morning, like with your example, getting up in the morning, putting on those workout clothes, and just going to the gym. Maybe walking on the treadmill, lifting those weights. Doing what you're going to do is way harder. At least you tried. At least you started, and that's progress. So when I could reframe, and the people I work with can reframe letting go of that perfectionist mindset and that just showing up and trying and trusting ourselves, that being enough, that helps us better execute. Because then it takes the struggle away and the what if I fail.
Yeah, takes all those what ifs away. And I love that. Like, you're just trying to do something. You're not trying to be perfection. Like I said, when it comes, especially when it comes to the gym, people see all these exercise videos, reels of how it should be, like what exercise is perfect. You got to do it this way. You got to follow this kind of program. And it's just overwhelming. And you think, oh, I've got to do all these perfect things. Otherwise, I'm not going to get any results. But if you just turn up and have a go and just try, that is success and that is execution.
Yes, that is perfect. And that goes across all areas of our life.
100%.
Just show up and try and see what happens. Maybe you don't do the stretch in perfect form, but you did it, right? So you can try it again tomorrow. So yes, that's a perfect analogy.
Have you got any real world examples? So when you graduated and you're figuring out what to do and where you wanted to go, have you got any examples of you just getting out there trying, maybe failing or succeeding?
1000%. Where do you want me to start? Absolutely. And here's the thing. Again, the key was trying. And I want to give a very specific example that makes me laugh now. And I was like, oh my gosh, I want to shake my head and be like, seriously, to my younger self. But again, at least I was trying. So let me give some quick backstory before I give the exact example, and it'll illustrate where I'm going. So after grad school and all through, college, high school, grad school, everything, people are saying to me, come and speak, come and speak, come and speak. You should be a professional speaker. And I'm thinking, guys, I'm trying to know the difference in orange juice and milk in my refrigerator. I have nothing to speak on this. It's this worth anything. So then I finally realized, oh, maybe this is not normal to go through this experience I've gone through and still survive, right? Maybe I should speak. So I started speaking. And oh my gosh, I'm embarrassed to say, literally, some of those first speeches were, okay, this happened, and then that happened, and then that happened. And I literally told the chronological story. I feel bad for the people in the audience. Because all I did was tell my story. Truly, this happened, and then that happened. And it was nothing for the audience to take away. It was all about me and this experience. That was terrible. They could walk away with nothing, right? Because I was telling my story, it was all about me. Then once I started working with coaches, they could thankfully harshly, some gently, some harshly say, you're doing it all wrong, sister. You got to talk about what have you learned from your experience and how what has you learned going to apply to the audience. So I share all that long story to say, yes, I could look back and judge myself and be critical and be like, oh my gosh, that was terrible. What was I thinking? Or I could look back and say, I tried and I showed up and I started speaking. And now it has led to a career of where I figured out the theme of what I want to speak on, and it led me to a place of speaking now to corporations where I'm giving them actionable, practical takeaways that they can apply to their company. So, yes, those first speeches were absolutely embarrassing and terrible. And like, oh my gosh, the audience walked away with absolutely nothing to take away. Yet it was me showing up and trying. So, again, I know that was super long to answer your question, but I say that to say it was trying, not perfection.
If you enjoyed that clip, then I know you're going to love the full episode. You can check that out right here. Click there, go watch the full episode. Also, if you are enjoying this content, enjoying the podcast, I'll ask you to do one thing. Interact with this episode. Like, positive comment, subscribe if you're not already. It really does help this podcast reach more people to help them find their true form. So I appreciate your time in watching the content, and I'll see you over in the full episode.